Christine Chapone, thanks for agreeing to chat with me at Beyond Ultras. You're absolutely the perfect candidate for what I seek to highlight, which is ultra runners doing remarkable things for the community. So thank you for inviting me into your home and doing this. Let's talk first about your origin story, if you don't mind. I know from speaking with you before, you obviously grew up in France, but I would love some more detail on that. Where did you grow up and how did you start running?
I grew up in Paris and I started running in, I don't even remember. When I was in high school, I used to hide. I didn't want to run. So I thought it was cool not to run. So definitely not in high school. I was an adult when I started running. Actually, I started running when I was just after college. I did a little internship in a computer lab. And I went with the people who were the scientists there. They were in their 30s. They said, oh, we run twice a week. I said, okay. I went with them. I'd never run before. And we ran in the forest outside of Paris. And I think they went for 45 minutes. I did not know my way, so I had to go with them. And the next day, for like a week, I couldn't walk, I couldn't sit. It was so painful. But I think that's why I started running. Then I started to run a little bit on my own. And my boyfriend started to run with me. And of course, he was a super fast guy. I didn't know. He just started with me. And then I went to Boston in 86, 89. And that's when I started running again. And whenever I would see people at the Boston Marathon, I would like, those people are crazy. Why would you want to do that? It's horrible. So anyway, I was in Boston. When I came back to Paris, I started to run with my friend. And one day, I think it was in 92, I was running twice a week. I was running at the Bois de Vincennes, at the Wood. And I see that guy every Saturday, and older guy, I start to talk to him. And he was training for the Paris Marathon. And I said, oh, maybe I can try. So what I would do, I would go on my own. Saturday morning, I would take the subway and hide something in the bushes. I would run for 3-4 hours. I had no idea what I was doing. I had no food, nothing to drink. And then I will, I almost passed out the first time I did that. And then I decided I would do the Paris Marathon. I was at a party the night before, and my friend told me, are you going to break 4 hours? And I said, are you crazy? I don't even know what I'm going to do. And actually, I ran 3:55, and that was it. That's how I got hooked.
Okay, that's pretty incredible. I mean, my first marathon, it was probably like 6.5 hours, which is perfectly respectable, right? A sub 4 was, that's pretty fast, I would say. And I think a lot of people would say. That's a great story. So that's a road marathon. How did you get into trails?
In Paris, when I ran my first marathon, so I would run in the woods, so it was kind of pavement and, dirt. But then I moved for my work, I follow my husband, I moved to Boulder in Colorado. And the first time we lived very close to the trail. And the first time I go to the trail, I'm like, there is a gate, and I'm like, do I need to pay? What do I need to do here? Am I allowed to go there? Coming from Paris, that was a big, big change for me. So I started to run on the trail and I love it. And so I started to join the running club. I had some friends. So every weekend, I was 5 minutes from the trail. So I would run to the trail almost, every other day I would run at the trail.
When did you first learn about an ultra and when did you start running them?
My first ultra, I think, was a quad. It was Quad Deep Sea. In 2000, when I moved to San Francisco from Colorado, I was looking for a running club and I ran into a gal who told me, I run for the college in Bruno, junior college, no age limit. So I ran cross country. And the second year I ran cross country, I was so tired of the coach telling me faster, faster. I'm like, I'm going to do something very slow. So that's how I decided to sign up for the quad. In those days, you could just sign up like that. And I remember, I think I probably sent my check to John, Tropical John, and that was my first quad. I have no idea what I was doing.
Now, I took a quick look at your ultra sign-up stats, and your sweet spot seems to be 50Ks when it comes to ultras. You've run the Tamalpa 50K several times. You ran Overlook 50K the last time you did it, and you were in top 10 women. Then you ran Ruth Anderson, the 50K, and you were 4th place because you ran that in under 5 hours. That's not slow. And this year, you're going to do Quicksilver again. The last time you did it was in 2014, but you were 4th place. So, Christine, you're a pretty fast runner, in my opinion, and I think a lot of other people's opinions too. You definitely have cred. Of course, I had no idea. When I think I first met you, it was related to North Face. It was probably 2014, and you were asking for volunteers. And I knew I had to talk to you because somebody told me that there were like 130 volunteers, and I knew that you were the volunteer coordinator. That's a lot of clout, trying to get 130 volunteers to come in every year. You just seem to do it magically. So that's pretty amazing. So anyways, I'm segging to Beyond Ultras, the reason why I'm here. Now, I missed this party, but in 2015, you were awarded the Christine Chapone Award, Senna Performance. And I think since then, they call it the Frenchie Award, because of Christine Chapone being French. Part of the reasoning for this award are for several things. You are extremely integrated with the East Bay Lake Merritt Joggers and Striders. You were the race director for their Woodmonster race. It's an 8.4-mile trail race. It's very hilly. You are the coach for middle school and high school. And I'm going to read a quote that I got in an email from one of your fans. Most people would get an award just for the things that I just mentioned, but Christine's real glory happens with the youth. As a father of a teenage daughter who found cross country in middle school and has just wrapped up her final season at Berkeley High, I can attest to the fundamental importance that a program like cross country can play in a teenager's life. Christine is the spark for so many of these teenagers at Piedmont Middle School, and she sets them up with a community of friends that strive to challenge themselves to be better runners and better people in one of the most trying times of young adulthood. I strive to get to as many meets as I can, but no matter how many I get to, I can always be sure that I will see Christine there. Middle school, high school, it doesn't matter. She'll be there, and she doesn't even have any relatives running. So I thought that was a very, very cool quote. Of course, I already mentioned North Face Endurance Challenge, where you are the volunteer coordinator. And just because you ask, people listen and they help out and have a ton of fun, which is what I did. I volunteered for you for 2 years straight because it's just an amazing experience. And you're definitely a huge part of that. Sorry, I did too much talking here. Right now, we're going to talk about your baby, which is Running for a Better Oakland. If you wouldn't mind, can you talk about it a little bit? What is your role with this and what is it?
Okay, just a little correction. I'm the head coach for middle school, but I'm just an assistant coach for the high school. And I'm happy to be just assistant coach. Less work. And I love to be with the youth. So Running for a Better Oakland, Todd Vidocq and Jen Vidocq started the program together. They are the founder. Todd volunteered for the program that I used to be involved with before Student Run Oakland. And we used to train high school kids from Oakland to run a marathon. We did it for 8 years. And then when we had to stop the program, Todd decided to do something a bit less demanding, which was training the student from Oakland to run the half. And Oakland Running Festival was just brand new. But Todd and I start to volunteer for ORF, and we have done it for many, many years. I used to be the volunteer coordinator for ORF. And I start to really get involved in the program, 4 or 5 years ago. Anyhow, I've been the head coach for now, 3-4 years, maybe, something like that. It's a beautiful community of students and volunteer. We have a lot of very young volunteers, which is really nice. They are very committed to the students. They are very positive energy. So anyway, we train the student to run the half marathon. Now we have about a bit over 40, maybe 50 students who are going to run the half. And we probably will have 40 to 50 running the 5K, older students. And we have the little one, we call them the kangaroos. They are the K to 4th. And those kids also are going to run the 5K. So altogether, we will have probably around 120 students from K to 12th grade running in Oakland Running Festival.
My understanding is a lot of these kids come from pretty tough backgrounds. Is that a focus? I just want a little clarification on that.
Oh, yeah, we try to serve first students who come from Oakland Public School. So if you are from Oakland Public School, most of the students are going to be what we would refer them as underserved. And many of them are what benefit from the lunch program. That's a measurement to see what they need. So a lot of those kids come from a small public Oakland school. We also have some from Richmond. And yeah, a lot of them, they don't necessarily have a lot of facilities at their school. We have a few students from Oakland Tech. We are very excited. Those students, they can do a lot more at their school. There is a beautiful cross-country and track programs there. But we have a lot of smaller school like Unity. I've been now running with them during the week. It's a small school near Mill College, and the teachers are so dedicated to the student. That's one thing I want to add, that we have a lot of teachers who come and run with the students, and they bring them. And now we have parents also. We have parents who are volunteer and run with the kid as well. So sometimes we have the whole family running. Like we have 4 kids, the parents, so we have, and cousin, then they bring their cousin. So I think we have a couple of families that are like 6 or 8 of them, sibling and cousin. And actually, I'm very proud because we have 3 run mentors who ran in the former program that I mentioned, the marathon program, when they were in high school, and now they bring their kid and nephew to run in RBO. So this is for me, the most rewarding. They were high school students running with us, and now they bring their kid running with us.
That's beautiful. I can already imagine the families running with you. That's very, very cool. Now, how can people get involved? What would you want them to be doing? Should we sign up to race? Should we donate? What's the best way for us to get involved with running for a better Oakland RBO?
You can always come and run with us. There is a website. If you Google RBO or Running for a Better Oakland, you will find it. Of course, you can send me a message on Facebook. And we always love to have runners, but we love to have people who are not running. We need people around the lake to make sure the students are safe. Around the parking lot, we need people. For registration, we need people. We need people who want to be involved in a fundraising event, who want to help us with fundraising event, who want to write on a blog, who want to take photography. We have Stephen, who have done a lot of pictures for us. And of course, we need money. We need lots of money. So, I'm never ashamed to ask. I have a big fundraising going on now. It's all over Facebook. I'm not ashamed to ask for people to volunteer, and I'm not ashamed to ask for people to give money because it's not for me. So please donate, and just talking about it, coming and watching us. If you have internship, you can provide to the kids. That's what we need.
Thank you so much, Christine. I think we did it.
Oh, Martia, elle est maigre, belle, en scène, belle, comme à la ville. La voir danser me transforme en excité. Oh, Moreto, comme ta bouche est immense quand tu souris. Et quand tu ris, je ris aussi. Tu aimes tellement la vie, Martia, que les danses font que l'on s'entend. Mais c'est l'amour qui t'a assassiné, Martia. C'est l'amour qui t'a consumé, Martia. C'est le cancer que tu as pris sous ton bras. Maintenant, tu es impossible, et même à toi qui est la vie, même Martia, et même à toi juste. Elle a cherché une nouvelle façon et l'a inventée. Oh oh, c'est elle, la sauterelle, la sirène en mal d'amour, le danseur dans la flanelle, le carton. Ce piano, ça me rappelle son cours de danse classique. 1 et 2 et 3 et 4 et 2, 3 et 4. Ah, mademoiselle, c'est that's alright. Oh, oh, oh. That's alright. Oh, Moreto, comme ta bouche est immense quand tu souris et quand tu ris, je ris aussi. Tu aimes tellement la vie, Martia. Quel est donc ce froid que l'on sent en toi? Mais c'est l'amour qui t'a assassiné, Martia. C'est l'amour, tu t'es consumé, Martia. C'est le cancer que tu as pris sous ton bras. Et maintenant, tu es en cendres, cendres. L'amour, c'est comme une chose impossible. Et même à toi, qui est la vie, même Martia. Et même à toi, qui est forte comme une fusée. C'est l'amour qui t'a emmené. Merci.